This is for a chargeback. Okay. So, yes, I do see it on here. So the problem that we did have with this specific case is that the chargeback is for an item that was purchased in September. Right, but September of 2022. So that was around 2 years ago. Right, so our policy for chargebacks is usually within 45 days of purchase of the item. Yeah, so it's been way past 45 days in this case. You would have noticed that the item wasn't delivered by this point, right? So that did prompt a review from our fraud department because the claim was put in so far after you actually would have received or should have received the item, years after, and that is a red flag for our system because, that's kind of a common tactic among people, and I'm not saying that you were trying to do this in a devious way. However, that is why the transaction or the claim was flagged for fraud, and that is why your account is currently locked because this purchase was made so long ago. Exactly. So had you made this purchase, recently, this wouldn't have been a problem. Also, we did ask for proof that the product wasn't delivered, sort of evidence on your part. However, we did not receive any evidence, and the company that you purchased from, they were able to verify via tracking number and via a photo from the delivery driver that the item was in fact delivered to your house in 2022 when it was originally purchased. Okay, so to get that fraud claim or the fraud flag removed, we would have to go through a process. So I can email the forms to your email account associated with your account that we have on file. But you're basically going to have to fill out, I'm going to write it down for you, okay? You're going to have to fill out a form that confirms that you have received the package and that you certified that your claim was incorrect. It doesn't mean you're going to get in any trouble for it or anything like that. It's just because, you put that original claim in and now you are confirming that that was incorrect. Now, our fraud department does have to review this, and you might have to put in a statement with them. However, if that's the case, they will email you. But if you think you are still correct, you would have to submit a form and evidence of your claim. The form is called Form 22C, and it will be linked in the email I sent you. Basically, you would just have to fill out that form, and you would have to explain why you decided to, complain about this issue and report this issue so late on from when you ordered the item. So that's kind of what the case would be there. And then you would also have to supply us with evidence that proves your point or your case, because as of right now, we don't have any evidence that proves your side of the story. Rather, we have contrary evidence from the other side. So exactly, so that's kind of what I'm trying to say for that. Right. Okay, so that, and then to get your bank account, well, yeah, so you have to fill these out to get your bank account back to being accessed, because like I said, as long as this claim is open, that claim itself is what is flagged for fraud. So that is a subsection of fraud where people, they lie about, a certain incident and they try to get charged back for that so they can get the money back. And that is considered fraud because you are taking money back from the bank or from the company that you purchased from. And if that's not a true claim, then that would be considered fraud. Yeah, okay, so those are the two options you have with the forms that I told you about. If you decide to do nothing, the fraud department proceed with their investigation, and if they do find that they think you were malicious or that your intent was to defraud them, then they may permanently shut down your bank account, and you won't be able to open another bank account with this branch. However, you did come early enough where you can stop that just by simply filling out the forms. And even if you do say, it was a mistake on your part, you did receive the item, it was an overlook or whatever the case may be, chances are you will be fine, especially if this is a first-time offense. Now, if you keep doing this, of course, the fraud team is going to find this to be suspicious because, it's a repeatable thing. You keep doing it. But if this was the only time that this had happened, then, chances are they will reinstate your account and you'll be fine to continue doing business with us. Yeah, so my main advice for you really would be to get on top of filling out these forms, and I can write down the agent that's handling your case in the fraud department, and you can directly contact them via email or phone. They can give you more information about the progress of your case, and if they need any other evidence or information, they will ask you directly. Yeah, so for the time being, your funds are frozen, and if you have any bills or any payments going into this account, you might want to switch them to a different bank account, just because this one won't be accessible fully, at least until you resolve this issue. Well, it is kind of a precaution for our safety and for fraud purposes, because we don't want, an account that had a fraudulent activity on it just open and out there. That is for your safety and our safety as well. We just want to make sure all of our accounts are secure and, safe and good. Right, so that is kind of what I'm thinking here for you to do. That would be your best course of action. Yeah. Do you have any other questions for me in this case? Yeah, so some evidence that's usually helpful for the fraud team would be your tracking number, because it can tell you if it has been delivered or not. An opened case with the post office, since your claim is from very long ago, you want to have that opened case from the post office. We're also going to want a statement from you as to why, this error took so long for you to realize, since it is from a while ago. And then also maybe some communication with the actual seller or business, maybe you contacting them and letting them know you haven't received your package, customer service, something along those lines, if you have that. Okay, well, if you don't have any of that information, it's totally fine. Like I said, you can fill out the other form and, just be on with your day. And like I said, in most cases, then it's fine. There's no issue with that. I'm sorry that that's the case, however. You need the proper evidence in order to make our determination, right? So I'm going to give you this, and that will be something that you can refer back to for your next steps, okay? Yeah. Do you have any other questions for me? Okay, so follow along with that, and if you have any further questions, you can either contact us here or you can contact your fraud agent that I gave you the phone number of. Okay, yes, you have a good night.